There is a widespread belief that the serpent in the Garden of Eden is equated with Satan, a notion that has permeated the minds of Christians and others for generations. However, what is the actual truth behind this interpretation? Let's delve deeper into the matter. In the book of Genesis, which scholars attribute to multiple authors written between 10th and 5th century BC, we find first mentioned the story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. The story goes like this. The serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animals the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, "Did God really say, 'You must not eat from any tree in the garden?'" The woman said to the serpent, "We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did say you must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die." "You will not certainly die," the serpent said to the woman. "For God knows that when you eat from it your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband, who was with her, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized they were naked, so they sewed fig leaves together and made coverings for themselves. In this passage, there is no indication or association with Satan. It's evident that the original writer, which we refer to as the Yahwist or J source, did not equate the serpent with Satan. The association of Satan with the serpent in the Garden of Eden came much later, in the apocryphal Book of Wisdom, chapter 2, paragraph 24, where it states, "But through the devil's envy death entered the world." While this verse may be interpreted as referring to Cain murdering Abel in Genesis 4:2, it's understandable that it could also be interpreted as pertaining to the temptation of Eve and Adam, as it was then that death was introduced to humanity, citing Genesis 3:19, that "You are dust, and to dust you shall return." Among the Dead Sea Scrolls discovered in 1947 was the Book of Enoch, dating back to the mid-2nd century. In chapter 69, paragraph 6, there is a reference to one of the fallen angels, Gadriel, as the one who led Eve astray. Citing, "And the name of the third is Gadriel, this is the one that showed all the deadly blows to the sons of men, and he led astray Eve." According to the Book of Enoch, Gadriel was among the 200 angels, known as the Watchers, whom God sent to earth to watch over humans. However, they soon began to lust for human women, and at the urging of their leader Samyaza, defected to illicitly instruct humanity and procreate among them, eventually arriving on a mountain called Hermon. Further back in time, there exists a similar narrative in Mesopotamian lore. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, Tablet 11, verses 305 to 307, it is recounted that the serpent snatched and ate the plant of life that Gilgamesh was seeking, thereby denying him rejuvenation and gaining it for itself. This mirrors the serpent in the Garden of Eden tempting Eve to eat of the forbidden fruit, thus denying access to the tree of life, which grants immortality. All these narratives share striking similarities, leading to the possibility that the Garden of Eden narrative is a reworking of similar elements found in the Epic of Gilgamesh. Both stories convey the idea that attaining immortality in this earthly existence remains beyond human reach.